Hi my dear children, students, parents, friends and all viewers. Welcome back to your channel. Hey Kalpana ma'am. Today I have come up with a poem. Do not get confused with the number 3. The number 3 is because the very first poem that I had posted is number 1 poem was the quarrel poem. Number 2 was a house, a home, and this is the number 3 followed by the this number 3 is followed for the poem The Wonderful Words. So the name of the poem is The Wonderful Words and the poet is Mary O'Neill. This particular poem is, trust me, it's a wonderful poem. It's a fabulous poem. You'll actually get to understand how true are the title is, how true the title is. You'll definitely understand. Let's go ahead and start reading further. See, where do these words come from? Words come from the alphabets, right? Isn't it? From alphabets we form the words, right? Okay, next, keywords. Before we get into the poem, as usual, as a regular custom, what we do? We go ahead and learn the keywords so that we get accustomed to the words that have been framed in the poem, right? Okay. So the very first word is shrivel. Shrivel means to shrink, to wrinkle, to get dried up, right? Or something to get vanished or to go waste. Okay. Want of. Want means the need, the necessity, the reason why. If you're getting up from your place, there has to be a need or a want, right? You want to grab a remote or you want to have something to eat, right? So that's the reason. The cause is nothing but a want. Okay. Brightest. Brightest means the best. Brightest means the best. Next is handsomely. Handsomely means attractively, beautifully. Groomed. Groomed means well decorated, polished way, right? Swing. Swing is what? It's a movement. It's a movement. Okay, the way you blend your words. Take your imagination up. It takes your imagination high up, dear. Longing. Longing means desiring, wanting to. Holding. Holding means something that you're already having it. That you're already having it, right? Marvelous. Marvelous means wonderful. Clear. Clear means without any confusion. Crystal clear. That's what it says. That's what means clear. Clear means without any confusion. Okay. Whenever it comes to poem, we have to rhyme it in a nice way. Why do we do that? To give life to the poem, right? I know you'll do it, right? See, dear, can you see the way I have written the poem? I have customized the poem. How? 2 lines here, 2 and 2 in the middle. 2 lines left, 2 in the middle, so that we read accordingly. Okay. See, never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it. So you start from here, you blend these 2 lines. How you blend? Never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it. For English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head so that they come out clear and true and handsomely groomed and fed. For many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. This is how you're supposed to write. Now let's understand line by line what the poet is trying to explain. What he's trying to convey. Okay? See, never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it. Any thought that pops up in your mind. If I ask you, if I frame a question, if I frame a quiz, so what you're supposed to do, you'll start guessing. Immediately you'll start guessing. You'll start throwing out the guesses. But that's what the poet says. That's what the poet is trying to say. Whenever there's a thought pops up in your mind, whenever there's a thought that pops up in your mind, immediately don't let it dry it down. Don't let it dry up. Don't let it get vanished at all. Immediately throw that out. You come out with the guesses. You speak that out. You speak that out. Only then you get to know whether your answer is correct or it's incorrect. Or maybe if your answer is unique, different from others, what do you get? You get an appreciation. saying, wow, that was a very good guess. So that's a surprise you get. If not surprise, you get something else. What you get to know? You actually get to know that you are no more in a dilemma. You are no more in a dilemma saying that, oh, see, you are assuming that particular answer to be the correct answer. Now, you are no more in a dilemma. You are sure enough, yeah. So that means this answer is an incorrect answer. So second time, you won't be using that at all. Right? Let's see some example. See dear, this, can you see the box? The moment I say, children, start guessing what will come in the first box. You'll start guessing, But what will be your guess? Your guess will be in such a way that it matches the box. Your words should match the box. The number of boxes equals number of alphabets that has the word, right? So the first one is dentist. Second one is, it can be fast, it can be fish. Then it can be stand, stood, right? Then this can be parent, right? So you keep on throwing guesses here. Like first in any thought that comes up, what do you do? Unless until you spell it out, you don't get to know that's correct or incorrect, right? So that's what the poet is trying to say. Whatever comes out, immediately shoot it out. Speak that out, right? So that it doesn't get dried up, right? Let's see the next two lines. For English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. Till now we all know that English, we know English as a language, right? But the poet is saying that it's a game, it's a wonderful game. Forget about the game being wonderful or not. You get to know, you gauge the game to be wonderful or not only when you play it. Only when you play it, right? When you play, again you have a choice. You like the game, you enjoyed the game. Then you say, wow, it was a wonderful game, right? All games are not wonderful, right? Isn't it? So actually you get to know the beauty of the game only when you play it. Only when you participate it, okay? For English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. Let's actually see. See dear, now this is not a classroom where I can ask you to guess. I can't ask you to guess out, right? Now, we're going to play a game wherein I'm going to give a word that I'm going to name a country and the ending letter should be the beginning of the next country word. I hope you got it. For example, if I say India, India ends with what? A. A, right? So you have to name any country that begins with the last alphabet. Got it? So, for example, I said India. Then we have Africa, we have America, we have Africa, we have Afghanistan, we have Australia, Angola, and number of, right? So see dear, if you say Afghanistan, living Afghanistan and Azerbaijan, you see there are a number of words, a number of countries, names of countries that ends with A. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty, dear. See? See? Look at the beauty, dear. We never guessed it will end up with A. India ends with A. America ends with A. Africa ends with A. So Australia ends with A. Argentina ends with A. Right? Austria ends with A. Algeria ends with A. Right? So you go and play the game. That is when you get to realize, oh yeah, look at the beauty. Right? So unless until you don't join, you don't participate, you never get to know the beauty of the game. Right? And you also get to know you also get to come to a conclusion. Yes, these are all countries, they end with A. They are unique ones. They don't end with A, right? You came to a conclusion. And you came to a conclusion and you also came to know the beauty of the ending alphabet of few countries, right? Isn't it? Now let's go back to the poem. Okay, so for English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. For example, all of you can play it. If ever I give you a word and I say smile, my word is smile, right? You have to catch the last alphabet of the letter of my word, right? And you have to keep on saying the next. So in that, what are the terms and conditions? It's like name, place, thing, animal. You can either name, you can use names, you can use place, You can use things, and it can be an animal also, right? So if I say smile, smile ends with E. E for ego. O for owl. It could be anything, right? So everyone can participate. Why? Because you know the language. You know the language, you can play. You can participate. Everyone can participate, right? That's what the poet is trying to say. Huh? And all of you can play it, right? You know the language, you can give any word, right? Name, place, thing, animal, you can. You can guess out, right? Next is, all that you do is, what you do? Match the words. Match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head. You remember this? You remember this? You match the thought. When I say, children, what is this? What is this? Then you just sit and see, what is that SH? What is that SH? It can be SHOOT, shoot, right? SHOOT, shoot. And fast, it can be fish. What you do? You start throwing guesses. But when you start guessing out, you guess out and you match. Will you, for the 4-letter alphabet, will you say elephant? Will you say elephant? Will you say aeroplane? No, you won't. You won't say aeroplane or aircraft, because it doesn't begin with A, right? So these are all things, you'll match it. You'll match and frame the answer, and you'll come up with the answer which will actually make sense, right? That's what the poet is trying to say. See, all that you do is match the words. From, if I say name, place, thing, animal, then if I give you terms and condition, you're not supposed to use names of anybody. Rest all names of person not allowed. So what you'll do? You will think. You won't be using that particular thing which you're not being told to do. Got it? Huh? And then you come up with one of the brightest. If someone has already said smile, they have spelled the word smile, will you come up with the same word? No, right? Okay, to the brightest thoughts in your head. So the best one, you'll try to guess out more and more. Next what? Okay, brightest with the best thought, the best answer. So that they come out clear and true, and handsomely groomed and fed. Handsomely groomed and fed. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Let's go ahead and understand in deep. See dear, a timely help rendered to you when you actually need a help, and on time someone helps you. That's what is timely help. We all understand what's the value of the timely help, right? If the help has been rendered on time, you can see the magic, right? Isn't it? So if anyone, and we all are educated, we all are aware that if someone helps us, we have to show our gratitude. How do we show our gratitude? With a smile, by giving them a reply using awesome, beautiful words, right? Isn't it? It can be said in different ways, and what all impact it creates on the friend person, that's what we're going to see, right? It said words should be beautifully blent, groomed, handsomely groomed. What is that? That's what we are trying to understand. Okay? See, anyone helps you and you say thanks anyways. Thanks anyway. See, does it make a difference? No, that shows only your ego. Thank though. That means, why do you use though? That means you didn't ask for help, but the person voluntarily came and helped you. So how should be your gratitude towards that person here? You have to express that. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your goodness. Right? I didn't even ask you. That's how you're supposed to build your words, dear. Use your words. Frame it as a nice, beautiful way. Thanks though. See? Next is thank you. Thank you, just for sake of saying. See here? Thank you so much. You can blend it more nicely. You can give a flow. You can give a flow to this saying that, oh, thank you so much. You know what? Because of your timely help, I got this. I could achieve this. Otherwise, I really don't know if I would have been able to finish the task. It would have remained incomplete. Thank you so much. Then, the way you blend your words, automatically the person, the opponent person, it creates a bonding. It creates a rapport between you. The way you speak, it creates a bonding. It creates a rapport from you to that person. And your words will do the magic. It will make the friend person open his mouth. Open his mouth. You literally don't go and say, open your mouth, reply. I asked you something, right? You're supposed to answer back. Don't you have the sense? Do you go ahead and say that? No, right? The way you use the words, the way you blend it, how handsomely you groom it, that automatically shows the magic. What magic happens when you speak in a nice way, when you blend your words very nicely? Automatically the friend person will say, oh, not at all. In future, if ever you need help, please do call me, do let me know. I'll definitely try to help you out from my end. See, the magic happened. That's what is called beautifully groomed. But how the magic will happen, dear? Every time see, thank you, everyone knows yours. You know that you know to say thanks. You should say thanks. You should say thank you. But to blend these, to give a beautiful frame to the lines, to make those words, to give life to these words, how it will happen, dear? Often, frequently visiting the ocean. What is the ocean? Ocean of knowledge is what? The Google. How do you find the Google? How do you go to the Google and search many things? How? Just with your fingertip. Your fingertip is with you always. Always. You're in online session, or you're in school, you're at home, you're with your parents, you go to your relatives, you go out anywhere, fingertip is still there with you. If you have network, immediately Google it. Google it. More and more you Google more and more. See, how do you become perfect here? By regular practice, by listening, by watching videos, listening to the videos, and then listening to people. Everyone is blessed with some of the other good quality here, right? So some of the sentences spoken by someone, it might be really eye-catching. It would be really something, they would have spoken something awesome here. That's how you catch the words. You be a smart person to be a good grabber. You grab good words, you grab good things, you learn good things, right? How it happens? It happens through regular practice. Practice makes man perfect. See, dear, every expert today was a beginner at the beginning. You all agree that? You all agree that? Online session, how many kids knew to operate things online? But it's the need and necessity that made us do this. Now, everywhere it's like online session. Everybody, all students are learning online only, right? This particular thing, when they started, we all were beginners. Not only students, dear, even coming to teachers, online session was totally new to them. Exactly, it was totally new, dear. So when you start with something, you don't know what to do, how to do, next what. If you get stuck up somewhere, how to come out, you never knew, right? So how you become an expert? By regular practice, by repeatedly doing things again and again, you become an expert, right? So you do agree, an expert, today's expert was a beginner in the beginning, right? And one more thing, you must remember, a well begun is half done. I should start. Yeah, I agree with everything, but I won't start. God also cannot come and help you people here. If you stick to the fact that no, I won't start, you have to take a step. There has to be a trial. There has to be a try, right? So a well begin is half done. The moment you start, you get to know new things. There are numerous things. What we know is only handful here. What we are supposed to know is like full surrounding here. See, right? Huh? So let's go ahead go back to the poem. So now you understood. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head, so that they come out clear, true, and handsomely groomed and fed. Now you understood what is handsomely groomed, and the way you blend it, the way you express it, you can see the magic. That's what the poet is trying to say. Next is, for many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. See, dear, everyone, if I ask one single question to everyone, so every single child will be sharing his own opinion, his or her own opinion. So it's not necessary that obviously everyone has a common sense. One answer has been said, automatically what the child will do, the child will try to change the answer. Oh, this has already been said, I'm not supposed to repeat the same, right? Isn't it? Then you start, your mind is so fast, immediately you start guessing the next one, right? So what it says, have never yet. See, always you'll try to give something which has not been already said. That's what it's coming to say. For many, and you never know, we never know. See, when answers keep coming from the kids, it's a different answer, right? So one of the answers might be very unique, right? And that really will make a big difference, right? So you never know the thought that you are, that's still inside your brain, it's still inside your mind, how lovely it would be, how unique it would be, right? When it comes out, when it pops out in terms of words, that is when you get to see the magic, right? Okay, next. Okay, so this is the one paragraph here. So let me read it out once again. Okay, let's blend the words very nicely. Okay, never let the thought shrivel and die, for what of a way to say it? For English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head, so that they come out clear and true and handsomely groomed and fed. For many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. Got it? Now let's go to the next stanza. So, next is what the poet says. It says, again, say two lines you have to blend here. Okay? First, I'll read out the poem, then I'll explain the stanzas. I'll explain the lines, and then once again I'll read out the poem. Okay? Words are the food and dress of thought. They give it its body and swing. Words are the food and dress of thought. They give it its body and swing. And everyone's longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. And everyone's longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. That's your brain. Maybe your mind is now holding now a marvelous new surprise. You never know. You never know. Okay. Now let's go. Let me just explain two lines. Okay. Words are the food and dress of the thought. They give it its body and strength. See dear, the way you use the word, the way you match the word, you get the appropriate word. When you receive a timely help, do you say sorry? Do you say sorry? You need to say thanks, right? You need to convey thanks. That is not the time when you use the word sorry. So that's the food. Food means right thing, using right things in right time, right? And dress of a thought, how to say. Any of thanks? Thanks though, or thank you so much. That's the dress, that's the dressing you give. Okay, they give it its body and swing. The way you say, you see the magic, you see the surprise. You see the magic, you see the surprise, right? Okay, when you see and you actually make the friend person open his mouth and reply you, respond you, give you a positive response and oh, anything for you. Sure, I would be really glad enough to help you. Right? Right? So this is how you give its body and swing and you see the magic. Okay, and everyone's longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful thing. And everyone's longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful things. Everyone wants to hear something new. Something new we all want to hear. Right? If you want to remain unique, you have to come up with something new. You can't repeat the answer which has already been spelled, which has already been told, which has already been declared, which has already been announced. You can't say the same thing. You can't be a repeater. Right? Right? So, everyone wants to hear the new answer. Everyone wants to hear something new. Right? Okay. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. See dear, our brain is full of thoughts. Numerous thoughts dear, numerous thoughts. Okay, so you would have heard about meditation. If we say children, come on, let's do meditation. And today I'm going to teach you how to do meditation. Okay, I make you sit. Fold your legs, sit and fold your legs, okay? And keep your hands like this, right? And then I say, children, you have to see the candle flame. Still here you'll follow. And if I'll say within few minutes you'll be free of thoughts. Is it possible, dear? I mean, I tried. I couldn't do that at all because our mind is full of thoughts, dear. If I close my eyes, if I look at the flame, every single second thoughts are popping out. Oh, my son, my Ashwin, my Abhi, my son. And today I need to go to school. Next I need to do this. At 5 o'clock I have to do this. See, something or other keeps coming here. So it's not that easy to meditate, right? So in the same way, what I'm coming to say is like inside our brain, there are numerous thoughts, dear. So you need to release them out. You need to release them out and bring that from the prison. So behind your eyes is what? Your brain. So until it's inside the brain, it's inside the prison. That's what the poet has tried to convey. Inside the brain means inside the prison. You need to get that out of your brains. Release that from the prison. Where's the brain? Behind your eyes. Okay? So when you pop that out, when you come out with that, that is when you get to see the surprise, you get to see the result, you get to know that how correct you were and what was incorrect, what to be corrected, right? Okay, then maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous new surprise. Every time there are instant thoughts popping up in our brain, dear, right? So you never know when which thought of yours might be unique from others, dear. It might be unique from others, right? A marvelous new surprise. When your answer, you come out, you give a unique answer, get an appreciation. If you're being appreciated in front of everyone, isn't that a surprise? Doesn't it give you a wow feeling? It does, guys, right? Isn't it? So that's what the poet is trying to say. Okay. Let me just read out once again. Anyhow, I'm going to read out the 2 stanzas once again. So here comes both the stanzas. Okay, so stanza 1. Never let a thought shrivel and die for want of a way to say it. For English is a wonderful game and all of you can play it. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head so that they come out clear and true and handsomely groomed and fed. For many of the loveliest things have never yet been said. Words are the food and dress of thought. They give it its body and swing. And everyone's longing today to hear something fresh and beautiful things, right? But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. Maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous new surprise by Mary O'Neill. I hope you understood the poem. When I can recite it, you can recite it much more better. Okay? So here we have come to the end of the poem. So I hope you enjoyed the poem. Did you understand the depth of the words? What magic the words can create, right? So you can modify the word. You can make it more and more, enhance it more and more only by regular practice. So keep visiting the Knowledge of Ocean. That's the Google, which is at your fingertip. Do not forget to use your fingertip. Okay? All the best, children. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye.